Hey guys, I just want to talk to you quickly about how you become stronger in Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, but also the main game. Now, there's only one difference between how you become stronger in Shadow of the Erdtree and the main game, and those are the Shadow Tree fragments. I will leave a link down in the description on where you can find all 50 Shadow Tree fragments, as well as all 25 Revert Spirit Ashes to increase damage and damage negation of your summons. Now, let's talk about equipment first here. As you can see, we have many slots here. You probably already know what this means, right? You have your weapons in the right hand, left hand, you have your armor, your talismans, and your quick item slots. If we go over here to character status, you can see I'm level 125. I'm currently holding 16,674 runes. My vigor is 60, mine 10, endurance 28, and so on. Well, what does all this mean? If we take a look at my heavy grade katana here, we can see the attribute scaling is strength B, which means I need to level up my strength for this weapon to do more damage. As you can see right now, it does 329 damage, and the 381 damage is heavy attack. Now, even though it requires 18 in dex, I have made it so I have put a heavy affinity on it. Even though it requires 18 dex, it will not scale with dex. That's why my dexterity as the minimum is at the minimum of 18. Now the strength is only 14, but since it only scales with strength, I have my strength to 63. Passive effects causes blood loss buildup. I'm pretty sure you already know what this means. Now let's talk about the armor. Armor is very, very important in this game. Some people say, well, actually a lot of people say it's not important, because they can no-hit run a boss and they can probably get hit once and still beat the boss. Armor for the casual player is very, very important, and I highly recommend you don't really go for fashion, but you go for the best armor possible in order to make the game easier for you and for you to have a more enjoyable experience, of course, right? That's what this is about. This is not a test of pride. This is about having a good time, right? So you pick up these Shadow Tree fragments, which will increase your damage negation and the damage you give. I will have a picture up on the screen here that shows you how much in a percentage that your damage and damage negation increases by using these Shadow Tree fragments. Just to talk about your attributes quickly here, right? Let's go through them all. Whenever you level up your vigor, you increase your HP, your fire and poison resistance. It also increases immunity. I'm just going to talk about that in just a second, about what that actually means. Whenever you level up mine, of course, it increases FP and focus resistance. Whenever you level up endurance, it increases stamina, robustness, and equip load. Whenever you level up strength, it increases physical defense and physical damage. Whenever you level up dexterity, it increases physical damage, shortens casting time, and softens the fall damage. Whenever you level up intelligence, it provides access to more sorceries, increases magic damage, and magic defense. Whenever you level up faith, it provides access to more incantations and increases magic damage. Whenever you level up arcane, it increases item discovery, death and holy resistance, and allows use of certain sorceries and incantations. Now, what is item discovery? Well, item discovery is how likely, so whenever you kill an enemy, the higher your discovery is, the more likely that enemy will drop an item. So you can see my discovery is at 109. You can increase this by consuming items or putting on a specific talisman called the Silver Scarab that will raise your item discovery. There are other ways to increase your stats besides using runes, of course. There are some headgear that increases your stats and talismans. Is it necessary to have that on? No, it really depends on your build. Alright, let's quickly talk about equip load here. Now, I said that armor was important and I want you to put on the heaviest armor possible. That is true. Now, don't get it confused with just putting on the heaviest armor. Put on the heaviest armor possible because you want to keep your equipment load at medium load. You don't want to keep your equipment load at light load because then you will have too little armor unless you're like level 713 or high enough level. Just make sure it doesn't go to heavy load. Make sure it stays at medium load and you'll just be perfectly fine. My physical negation is at 65. As far as I know, these numbers are in percentages, which means if a boss does 1000 damage to me, it's physical damage, he will only do 350 damage out of those 1000 because my physical negation is at 65%. This is why armor is very, very important. Now, if I take most of my armor off, you can see it is at 49.5%. With the armor on, I increase my physical damage negation by 15%, which is actually a lot. And that is also why armor is very important in this game. So just to talk about the different status effects here and what they actually do. As you can see, we have immunity, robustness, focus, and vitality. Let's talk about immunity. Immunity mitigates poison and scarlet rot. Robustness mitigates hemorrhage and frostbite. Focus mitigates sleep and madness. Vitality mitigates how fast you will build up Death Blight. And that's it for the resistance. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new. I'm pretty sure some of you did. And let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know if I missed something. Give everyone more tips down in the comment section. Help each other out. And thank you so much for watching, guys.